My name's Bren.
My name's Cal. We go by Brevin Kim.
And we're from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. First memory of music for me, probably the same for you, was listening to the band Boston. The song More Than a Feeling. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a specific time I remember listening to it.
We grew up, our dad listened to Boston. One of my first memories, I think, is Stevie Wonder, though.
Stevie, yeah.
I just remember growing up, our parents playing Stevie Wonder, Boston, Styx.
All the oldies. Basically.
ABBA. And yeah, I just remember driving around in the car with our dad listening to Stevie Wonder, and something about it we just loved. So the song's called Chalice. It actually Bren started the idea, so he can speak on his part. But I came in on the second verse with I just wanted to shift the energy on the song, and to be honest, it's about a time years ago when I was thinking about committing suicide. I was teetering with the thought of committing suicide, so that my whole verse is about the thought of doing that, but being glad I didn't go through with it. And then I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was I just started making the beat, and I had that first melody, the synth keys, how it comes in, and I literally just freestyled. I was 40 million in my jacket. Was I think it's the third line in, but I was I kind of want to make a cool
flex
song, but also kind of talk to my future self, and hopefully 40 million in my jacket next year.
Next year.
I don't think that's happening, but we'll see.
No, it's happening.
Wow. That was a dream come true, honestly.
Working with Mike Dean.
Yeah, working with Mike was awesome. Watching him is a dream of mine, and just seeing him actually next to me on the computer, just the way he mixes and the way he literally has synths up, picture the walls behind us, synth everywhere, and he just gets up out of his chair and just rips it up, and we ended up with the outro for Chalice.
He was like a robot. It was for us, I would say it was the most starstruck type moment for us, because obviously he's a legend. We grew up admiring the way he mixes and masters is the way we try to make our stuff sound. So, yeah. But it was weird. It's when we walked in, it was felt like we were meeting a celebrity, but by the time you leave, the way he is, we were so comfortable. We were just all chilling in the room, because he's just a very down-to-earth guy. So, but yeah, it was one of those moments where I felt like what we were doing was worth it, and just watching him work was I hope we can be there when we're his age or get to that stage. So yeah, it's hard to explain. It was crazy. In 5 years from now, the goal would be to have the ability to retire if we wanted to, which we would never do, but I just want to be in a comfortable place in our lives where there's no more stress. Everything we do is just for the passion of the music, and we're kind of past that stage of having to prove ourselves, but we just do it for the love of the music. So that's where I hope we're just in a comfortable place by then, and people respect what we do.
Yeah, I would just say be respected, and kind of be able to be more comfortably creative, and kind of do what we want to do, and just hopefully make a mark on music by hopefully next year, but 5 years for sure would be great.
I had that notice on my shelf, I really wrote it out. My mom was clueless, had no clue, I almost opened mouth.
The best piece of advice for me, I would say, is just be you, and try to stay true to yourself, and just
make the music for yourself at the end of the day. Don't get caught up in what you think is going to work, because usually, from what I've learned at least, is when you start making music for other people or for the label or what you think is going to work on TikTok or whatever the hell it is, it usually falls through. If you do something that you believe in, even if it feels too left field, usually that's going to ring through, because if it's authentic to you, people usually see that. I feel like if you're pushing something that you don't believe in, it's hard for people to get behind that. So just make the shit that you want to make.
Yeah, if people see you, I feel like if you're really into your own stuff, then people attach to that, and then
Blood pouring out the chalice. Pull a rabbit out the hat. Yeah. Got a new one and I crashed it.
The hardest lesson for me that I learned in the music industry is probably that it's not sustainable to live on right away. And you kind of gotta chug along until you can finally be comfortable. And we're still not fully in that position, but we're lucky enough to be able to actually kind of do music full time. But I would say just it's tough to finally get to that comfortable spot, which
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme
Yeah.
like you think it is, because, I mean, the best
you
part
see
about...
it, and it's people
about-
make it like it's. Sorry. Continue.
Well, you're either, it looks
Yeah.
like everybody's rich, but it's like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's just like, it's not an overnight thing. It's like you gotta push through, and you know, you might sign a deal early on and you feel like your life is gonna change, but you kind of just realize that no matter who you have behind you, still nothing's given to you. It doesn't really change. You still have to make the decision. You have to change everything for yourself. So
You gotta do it yourself.
you still got to
basically.
take everything into your own hands and make that shit work. But yeah, it takes a while. So I would just say be patient.
Someone open up the
When we get roadblock creatively or writer's block, we usually just
Listen to music,
listen
drink a
to
coffee.
drink a coffee,
beer.
listen to shit that's inspiring us at the moment, and like even if what we end up creating doesn't sound anything like what's inspiring us, it usually just gives us some type of like incentive to create something unique or like something that's true to us. So we'll listen to like Pine Grove, for example, and get inspired by the writing and then bring something up. I don't know, it's usually just like listening to artists that inspire you and then trying to basically make something that lives up to that, even if it's in a completely different world, just trying to like almost chase whatever that song makes you feel. So that's usually what we do, listen to shit that inspires us. And then
I crashed it. 40 million in my jacket.
one thing everyone should know about Brevin Kim, I would say, I don't know, we make music with no rules, and like no matter who we've teamed up with or who's come on board with us, like they know that's the deal, and luckily they trust the vision. But I would say, yeah, we're gonna continue to like try to revolutionize music. I think we're taking pieces of a million genres and blending them together, and
No boundaries for.
yeah, zero boundaries. I just
Yeah.
think, and that's not gonna stop.
That's why when someone asks like, "What genre are you guys?" I don't even know what to say, because it's like so many different kinds of blended genres. So it's.
Pull a rabbit out the hat. Yeah. Got a new.
I mean, he's not rising, but I love Gene Dawson right now. Biv.
Yeah, I would say
Biv.
one rising artist everyone should listen to is this kid named Biv. He's from New York. We kind of came up together, but he's just like challenging all. Sonically, it's just like pushing every boundary, and I don't think he's getting the recognition he deserves. So I would check out Biv,
Yeah,
B-I-V.
he's amazing. Check
Yeah.
him out.
Album that changed my life, I would say, is Bon Iver's self-titled album, Bon Iver. Something about that project, when I first heard it, we were kind of like stuck in the rap world, and then that transitioned us into just like completely different artists. Something about that inspired us so much that we didn't even know we could sing really, and we started singing, and then our whole sound changed. So I would kind of credit our sound to hearing that album for the first time, and then it kind of like evolved our sound, because we wanted to be able to create something like that and then blend it with what we already were making. So for me it would be that. I don't know
Yeah,
about you.
for me, I would probably say that and Yeezus. It was like the turn for me to like, once Kanye started doing those like crazy beats. It's still like such an amazing album. Even today, it's like it still feels like it's in the future to
Yeah.
me. And I feel like it didn't get received well by like critics right away and even listeners. But like, even for me, it kind of took a while. But then I realized like how insane that album was, and that definitely like changed music for me. And I'm still like inspired by that today. And that was like what, 2013?
Something
maybe?
like that, yeah.
So Yeezus for me.
That's a wrap. It's a wrap shit.